Good morning. It's April the 30th, end of April garden tour. Thought I'd just give you a update on what's going on in my garden. As you can see, we got lots of daffodils, tulips coming up. We'll get a closer in look of what seems to be going and what seems not. It's filling in nicely though. I did do an earlier tour 2 or 3 weeks ago, but I didn't get it up. I don't know. We'll see if I get it posted. Maybe I'll put some clips in with this. I don't know. Not gonna lie, not that talented with the whole uploading and that yet of videos. All right, let's get started. I don't know all the different daffodils I have. This one is a double. I want to say it's my Melina double daffodil. It's beautiful. Love the doubles. Does seem to be a little bit, the doubles seem to be a little weaker stemmed than the others, probably because they're a heavier flower. You can also see, maybe you can't, I did a nice trenched edge around my flower bed this year. I don't do that every year, and I haven't mulched. I haven't decided if I'm mulching everything again this year or not. When stuff comes in really thick, it usually covers everything up. I cut back my Munstead lavender really hard. As you can see, I got a nice little weed in there, and it's coming back. It's got some green. Also a bit of a surprise, Rebecca Green Eyes, I believe, is coming back. I thought that was an annual, or at least not perennial in my zone. These tulips that you see popping up have been here for a couple of years. Not sure about this one. I'm not sure if, I don't remember ever planting a striped one, so I don't know if that's from not having enough iron, if that's an iron deficiency, or who knows. I plant stuff in the fall and then forget I planted it, so who knows. My green mountain boxwood there could use a trim. There's my candy corn spirea that's coming back up. It's funny when you plant stuff in the summer, you have no idea where the tulips are or daffodils. Sometimes I dig up a bulb, but then I just throw it in the hole with whatever I'm planting. Not usually a huge fan of white daffodils or light colored daffodils. This one's going over, but it is really pretty. I've enjoyed it this year. I think I've enjoyed my daffodils more this year than ever. They seem like they've been the fullest and lasted the longest. More of my, I did have another Munstead lavender there that has died on me. Might have even been last year. I planted some more. I'll show you the seedlings when we get to them. I have them out hardening off. I had another, I want to say this is a wee white hydrangea. I cut it off by mistake when I was cleaning out this flower bed. I did clean out all the dead, cut stuff back. Those are my hardy hibiscus. They don't start till June sprouting back. I got other stuff in, you'll see, you know, since I plant clove, down in the daffodil there. I have, I don't know if it's right there. the Stand By Me clematis. And I won't take any of that daffodil foliage out. Everything just grows up in around it, so you don't see it anymore. It pretty much buries it. I have a wee white. I plan on replacing the wee whites. I have some new hydrangeas coming, some can-dos, some tough stuff. I've wanted a mountain hydrangea. Not gonna lie, I've purchased a couple of the tough stuff mountain hydrangeas, but they didn't make it in my zone 4B. So now they have one that is zone 4. So very excited about that. Got something coming up here that looks official. Don't know what it is. But it looks like it grew here last year. So that'll be a nice little surprise. Here are my nepitas. This one is not doing quite as well as the other 3. Got 2 there, 1 over there. Some more tulips. Daylilies coming up. Some of the their iris. They smell like purple Kool-Aid. They get buried every year, and I forget they've been there for years. So this year I've kept them unburied for a little while. That's the tallest they've probably ever gotten, so maybe they'll have a chance this year. Another Stand By Me clematis coming back there. Some more tulips starting to mix in with the daffodils. I do not know what those daffodils have been there for years, the single cup ones. There's some more of those. I think they're Melena. You can see they flop. Although in their defense, we have a lot of wind, which you can probably hear in my videos. We sit on top of a hill off of Lake Ontario, way off. I mean, we can see it way in the distance, but we have wind off the lake, constant. I'm focusing on improving my winter interest this year. I got 2 that I haven't planted. I've planted a lot out in our far garden. I have a lot of other gardens that I don't show on video because they don't get as much love and attention. But those are 2 that will be planted soon. I have a lot more conifers coming. So, and I've planted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 so far this year. So we'll see. There's my thing of seedlings. I have, as you can see, the lavender. I have some foxglove in there, lisianthus that are tipped over from the wind. I have broccoli and cauliflower, snapdragons that are also leaning because of the wind. I have planted quite a few. I planted, well, I'll show you when I get to them. Another wee white that I'm going to replace. I do have some holes where I plan on putting dahlias. I put dahlias there every year. I don't know. I always say I'm not going to because it seems to take them forever to come up. Here's a rose, my Queen of Sweden. Needs to be the dead part on the top cut off, but it's starting to flush out new growth. My Brunnera starting to flower. That hydrangea that I transplanted back there, I want to say that's one of the Can Do series. Sorry about the extension cord. We still haven't done our spring cleanup so much yet. Window box still not doing anything. That Haconocloa grass there is all gold, not rated for my zone or a box. So far not coming back, maybe won't. Although we're still pretty cold. We've had a couple of really warm weeks, unseasonably warm. But, I don't know, we'll see. I have some, we don't have our trough or water collecting back yet. Got my fern is coming back over there. Laced up elderberries coming back. This is a hydrangea not rated for my zone. I have 3 of them here. And absolutely beautiful, love them. Did not protect them at all this year because this was going to be their last year if they don't perform, because they only grow on old wood. And all 3 of them are sprouting growth on their old wood, so they should bloom for me this year. So they will survive another year. I have some more Brunnera down in that bed. I have some of the Globe Master alliums. I have a bleeding heart. I have 3 bleeding hearts there, and I'm not seeing the other 2, so not sure what's up with that. My lamium, of course, I've used for ground cover in there because I had terrible trouble with weeds in this bed. This is a predominantly shade bed, although my alliums seem to survive it. I have a hollyhock there that I don't like the color of, but it comes back every year. Still kind of wish I hadn't have pruned that hydrangea quite so harshly. I would like a little bit more growth this way, but we'll see. Got a daylily in there that I'm not crazy about the color. Hosta that's just peeking up in there. Got a climbing rose. It's more like a rambler. There's a rose that's sprouting new growth. They're all David Austins. Okay. Try not to make you sick here. I've got some arborvitaes to plant in a new bed on the side of the house. We'll see. I don't have that bed prepared yet. Bleeding heart and some Lenten rose, some hellebores there. They're all kind of the same color. I planted 3 different colors there. This is year 3, I think, or 4. They're finally starting to take off and do something. Sorry about the hose. Let's walk back around this way. There's another clematis I planted down in there. We'll see. This is I think I just planted that last year. I got a bleeding heart popping up here. I planted that clematis because I'm hoping eventually it'll climb up into this hydrangea. It's quite a ways away, but this fills in full with plants, this area, so I'm hoping that it will climb up into the canopy. Some tulips here. This is probably just foliage. Little damage on my tater tot arborvitae here on the back side of it, so not liking that. Not liking the looks of that too much. We'll see if it recovers. Not sure why. If it got stepped on or snow load or what. I have peonies coming up. These are all the same. 3, and there's another little one over there. They're the Sarah Bernhardt peonies. Window box still empty. Still waiting to see. There should be 2. They're ferns, I think. And a hosta in the middle, and I'm not seeing the hosta either, which the hosta should be able to survive that environment. I wasn't sure about the other 2. Got some hostas coming up here too. My hosta row. I see 1 in there around the lily, or around the tulips. 1 there. But I'm missing a couple, so hopefully they're just late. I don't see them yet. Another Brunera that I was gonna move because it's usually buried. Yeah, here's another one right here. It just doesn't show up very well. It blends with the mulch. So that's good. There's my where I throw my scraps, as you can see. It'll be all hidden. Millennium alliums. Probably gonna order some more of those. They need to be a little closer together. I don't know though. The problem is this time of year I start planting stuff like crazy. And then when everything fills in and comes out of the ground, I realize I didn't really have room for it. This is my North Pole arborvitae. It gets a little bit of damage, I think, from the snow. So not sure how to fix that. If I should snip off that end a little bit or what. Not sure. It's not staying into a very tight form. Another daylily. Tulips. This is a My Monet. It's not really sprouting much. I didn't trim this clematis back, and I'm glad I didn't, because it's all wound up in this limelight hydrangea, and it is leafing out on the vines that are in the hydrangea, so I'm excited about that. Every year I hope it's going to get more and more, and the clematis flowers will be in with the hydrangea. We'll see. I have a lot of iris in this bed, different colors. I always say every year that I'm going to divide them. Some of the colors to me clash. I also have a lot of alliums, a bird's nest, evergreen. These are the blue fescue grass that are just starting to recover from winter. I have planted a lot. I planted more lady's mantle. It's very close to this hardy geranium. I like this hardy geranium, but I like it back. When it's in the front of the row, the flowers are tiny purple. They're cute, wispy, like it, but not for the edge of the border. So I'm letting this one grow. This is a new lady's mantle. Hardy geranium. Ladies mantle. These are my lemony lace that came back. Another, see, the hardy geraniums spread. They spread all over. It's very hard to tell them against the lady's mantle. But this is like lady's mantle, the foliage, and you see how it gets like the dew on its leaves. It's beautiful. So this is a hardy geranium next to a lady's mantle. Very similar. But I like the lady's mantle better for the front of the border. Some more nepeta, some more lady's mantle, some new. I just dotted them throughout. Some salvia. I only have 2 of those there. Not a huge fan, but it's something different. My sweet shrubs are not, still too early. I should trim them back. Trim the dead back off of them. I have an orange pole here because I'm considering planting my weeping Serbian spruce there. Not sure. I think it would look good to have another evergreen there. Some of my sedums coming back. They look so cute in the spring when they look like little, almost little rosebuds coming out of the ground. And then when they're a little bit further, they lighten up. They're green. Some roses. The Morden Blush roses here. My delphinium planted, I had 3 planted here, and it looks like only 1 is coming back. I got this vile weed right here. The reason why I haven't pulled the weed is because I was afraid. I don't know. First of all, the taproot on that one is I don't think I've ever gotten to the bottom of one of those. My Glow Girl Spirea is coming back. See, it's amazing how empty this all looks before stuff comes out of the ground. My eyeliner lilies. Helenium coming up there. Zephyrin rose. I planted some new lilies that are coming up. Probably some of them are too close to my hibiscus, but we'll see. Some yarrow, which spreads a lot. Do like the foliage on it. Some more lilies and iris, and these are my favorite peonies. These are the Coral Charm. I also behind them planted some lilies. Another thing I did this year already was I dug the limelight hydrangea out of there. It was just too much shade, and it was all growing away from the house to try to reach for the sun. So I put the lemony lace elderberry over there that seems to struggle from the other side of the yard. I have some foxglove coming back up. Some evergreens over here. That's the Mr. Bowling Ball. My strawberries are coming back. The gold. It didn't get any winter damage this year. It seems to be, I think is it polar gold? Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, Can't think of the name of it. I put it in last year. It's coming back. I took out the rose that was back there too. It never really did much. Sun King Aurelia. I know that's like 3 goldish things right in a row. This one will be more of a chartreuse green, I think, with the amount of sun it gets there, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, on to the next bed. I have another globe curly willow. There needs to be, well, first that garden needs to be weeded. I stopped doing my trenching because I hit the underwire dog fence. Got some serious grass growing into that bed. Got some irises. I got some tulips in there in that box. Have some roses here. Some more David Austin, the Ambridge rose. They're not looking so great. I don't see any growth on that one. Any new growth. I'm starting to swear off roses again because Zone 4B heavy snow load is not friendly to roses. This one never did look great, this Ambridge rose. And I know they have a 5-year policy and it's great and they have done well by me every time. But I don't want to have to replant them every year. This one's doing well. It's got a lot of new growth on it. It needs to be trimmed. Anxious to see if any of my coneflowers are going to come back. One of the things I really want to grow and plant every year, but I've never had one come back. Got some foxglove coming up. Some daylilies. That one looks like something's eating it. Looks like something's nibbling on it. I wouldn't think the deer would come up this close because of the dogs. Got some iris, some more foxglove. More seeing that daylily's not touched. I haven't done anything to these beds yet except for, like I say, weed around it. I have a honeysuckle, another daylily. Maybe it's slugs. I wonder if it would be a slug thing, because that one looks kind of tortured too. Alright, moving on. My swing that still needs work that I haven't done anything with. I got a bunch of grass growing in with my clematis there. It's got some leaves on it. That rose has some growth on it. I have daylilies, daffodils, iris. I planted some new strawberry foxgloves out here this year already. Planted 1, 2, 3, 4, and back there 5. I have a peony coming up here. That one's not coming out yet. I marked them because I totally forgot they were here. They never really seem to do much here. They've never flowered. This is probably their 3rd year. I should dig them up and put them somewhere else, see if they would do better. Planted some alliums over here this year. Try to balance out. I got a ton of dandelion weeds that need to be dug out. My plants I can't ever remember the names of. Look dead, we'll see. They've been there for a few years too. Oh, that rose is coming back pretty good. I think that's Lady of Shalott. I've got Celtic Pride, I think. Evergreen. I think that's what that one is. There. I should probably plant it in the ground. I don't know how long it'll last. I know you can't even hardly see that container. It's a bowl container. Edo peony coming up there. Tons of weeds. Munstead roses are coming back. They're looking pretty good. There's 3 of them. All 3 of them stayed alive. Got more strawberries. More foxglove. Daffodils. Summer wine 9-bark, this big shrub. Planted a raspberry bush type raspberry in there. We'll see. Those are onions I never dug up last year that are sprouting again. Might save some for the seeds. I have a globe blue spruce. Pisces pungens glauca globula. Globe blue spruce shrub. I have it in that container. I want to plant I'm thinking I'm going to plant an Alaskan weeping cedar there. But I have to build stuff up here. It's very wet. So I think this is a globe. I forget which spirea. Moved it from the front of the house. Dug up that rose that I've been saying I'm going to dig up forever. Got rid of it. And some of the weeds. And I planted rhubarb. Why? So this is first year rhubarb. And the stalks are very weak. I did start it indoors. I don't know if that's the reason why they're so floppy. I think I see something new growing over there. We'll have to take a look. This is a goldberry. I can't think of the name of it. It's taken it forever to grow too. I think that's a willow that's growing back there. It is. I stuck a twig of something in the ground there. Last spring. Just broke something off and stuck it in the ground. And it's growing. I have some more, tons of weeds. Weeds. I have lamb's ear. You can't kill that. It's growing in amongst those weeds. This weed here is the one that I find the most frustrating because it has the longest taproot. So, wow, I never really look at the back. There's my milk can that had a super tunia growing out of it. There's that came back nicely. I should take that weed out from the middle of it. And I mulched heavy. I mulched the heaviest I've ever mulched last year. That's why I don't like to, I do everything possible to not have to weed, and it doesn't seem to work for me. Heavy mulching. Okay, moving on. No more complaining. I have a daylily there, alien star child. I have peony. I have some more coneflowers in here, if you remember. Hopefully, they're gonna come back for me. I think that's an anemone, one of the Japanese anemones that I planted there. As you can see, this needs to be cleaned out. There's that wine and roses weigela that I need to put something else there. This will be year number 4 or 5. That thing should be huge by now. I'm over it. Some more millennium alliums that need to be... I started cleaning them out. Need to plant a few more of those. Trying to hold off. I'm trying to let stuff I planted last year grow up so I know. So I'm not like digging up my coneflowers. More peonies. This is only their 2nd year. Another daylily. That is Asheville Encore from Blue Ridge Daylilies. They have beautiful daylilies. This is where I pulled up that lemony lace elderberry that always would die back in the summer for some reason. No idea why. Some more iris. They're just dotted throughout. Weed Central. I have another daylily here that's getting crowded out by the... This one is green turtle key. That tag's coming off. That's not going to be good. Pretty soon I'll be telling you I don't know the name of that one. Some more nepeta. At least some of the stuff I can tell what it is, that I shouldn't pull it up. Summer Wine Black 9 bark coming back. Some more iris. Lupins. Planted 2 new lupins, one there, one there. There's peonies growing in behind them. You can just see the little tips of the red. Some more lilies back there. Just the white, I forget, the really fragrant ones. I have really been working on this part of this bed. I thought maybe I would take heart if I got part of it that looking halfway decent and ready to plant. So, I cut the sage back. I think it's Bogarten sage. I cut it back hard this year. And it's coming back. I cut it back so hard I wasn't sure if it would come back. And not all of it is. Some of them are. We'll see. This little wispy stuff. This is grass, but this is the drumstick alliums. I got a daylily there. This is the other side of those. That's the white lilies. I forget what they're called. They smell wonderful. So, this is the birch tree that, this is, I don't know, maybe this is only the 4th year. That thing is now probably at least twice my height, so at least 10 feet tall. And that right there was twig, like 18 inches. So birch grow fast. So my plan is, I have some squirrels. I'm not sure what those are called. But I got plants coming. I got a dark-leaved sedum that I'm going to start behind the sage. Do some there. I have another grouping of plants to start next to them, to weave up and around. And I don't even remember planting these. Not sure what I mean, they obviously have the same as an iris, but I don't know. Another daylily. Don't know what that is, but it's coming back from last year. I also planted another hosta in there that should be coming up. I was trying to transition a little bit to shade because that birch is going to shade out here eventually. More daylilies that look a little ratty. Some of my daylily seedlings are coming back and they're looking pretty healthy. There's 1, 2. Some more peonies, as you can see. All right. Oh yeah, there's another anemone. I think that's coming up there. And I don't know if that's a weed or something I planted. It's different than all the other weeds. Do need to get control of the weeds. I'm hoping if I start on this end of this flower bed and move down, I'll have hope, which will give me some endurance to keep going. We'll see. All right, that's all for now. Hopefully we'll get another video out, maybe even some shots from the old one, the first video I did. We'll see. Bye for now.